Texas lawmakers will debate restrictions on abortions during the upcoming legislative session. This despite the U.S. Supreme Court ruling found two provisions of a current state law unconstitutional. President-elect Donald Trump stunned nuclear experts by calling for more U.S. nuclear weapons. This is Mr. Trump sent out the tweet Thursday stating the U.S. must, quote, greatly strengthen and expand its nuclear capability until such time as the world comes to its senses regarding nukes.
I want to begin this hour here. The manhunt for escaped inmate Jake Childers ended late last night after he was shot and killed during a shootout with police.
And our Dr. Brett Hoffman has been in contact with law enforcement officials throughout the entire process, and he joins us from the newsroom with more. Australian officials seized more than a ton of cocaine in what police say is one of the largest drug busts in the nation's history. In a statement, police say 15 men were arrested following a 2.5-year federal and state investigation. Thousands of people are watching and waiting for two bald eaglets to hatch. That's right. Camera is live streaming this eagle's nest in North Fort Myers, Florida. That's where two American bald eagles, Harriet and M15, are waiting for the arrivals of their little ones. A new study is providing insight into how the Zika virus has affected pregnancies in Brazil. More than 1,800 babies in Brazil have been diagnosed with congenital Zika syndrome. The virus is known to cause massive birth defects, including an extremely underdeveloped brain. Now, a survey of more than 2,000 women of childbearing age shows 53% are now actively trying to avoid getting pregnant. Researchers say women in the most affected areas need better access to contraception. The alarms sound and crews get ready.
The call is one of the most dangerous parts on our side of responding. We're traveling faster than the general public is.
High speed and high pressure.
When you're going through lights, you have to make sure people are stopping, make a complete stop, and then when it's safe, it's your job to make sure that the crew and everybody get to the scene safe.
It takes cooperation with commuters on the road to get to a scene safely.
If you come up to an intersection, even though you get the green light, be aware that there might be people going through or a fire truck coming.
And many people think just stopping their car on the road is enough.
Stopping right where you're at is not going to work. You need to move all the way to your right and give us plenty of room on both sides.
And when people don't move for emergency vehicles, it puts pressure on the crews.
And trying to get their attention is the hardest part, especially around the holidays. There's a lot of heavy traffic and it tends to get darker quicker, so it's a lot harder to see us at night.
And the danger doesn't stop at the drive to the scene. When they arrive to an accident, this truck acts as a buffer. So if anyone's not paying attention when they're driving, this can save emergency crews' lives. So they wear safety vests and try to stay visible, but say that many secondary accidents happen because drivers are distracted by the accident crews are responding to.
Because that tends to happen when you get the secondary accidents, where too busy looking at the lights from the accident when they actually rear end somebody else in front of them.
So through the holidays, they ask that while they do their job, that drivers pay extra attention to keep everyone safe.
Excessive drinking is a practice that certainly affects its share of men.
And yet it is something that is now turning deadly for more than 1 million women across the nation, including here in Corpus Christi. Take a look.
We're in a time where back in the day it was closet drinking, and women would hide it more.
But now, women drink alongside men.
I'm sitting down and actually drinking with them and trying to, if you will, drink men under the table. You know, they would drink anybody under the table.
Reports say social media memes and movie scenes appear to promote excessive drinking. Women now drinking multiple times a week, and binge drinking is up 40% since 1999.
Anytime it's happy hour.
Several reports say drinking has become an acceptable way to handle daily stress.
You know, raising children, the stresses, the going to work.
And that gets dangerous.
Sit down and have a drink, and one leads to two, and two leads to three, and it's just on and on.
Just in 2013, reports say more than 1 million women wound up in emergency rooms because of heavy drinking. It's contributed to an increase in early mortality. The rate of alcohol-related deaths for white women ages 35 to 54 has more than doubled since 1999, accounting for 8% of deaths. At this table at the Wenholz Housing and Rehabilitation Support for Recovery from Addiction, every woman has been affected by it. Kristen would often drink with her husband.
I didn't grow up in an alcoholic home. I didn't grow up in an alcoholic family.
But drinking with her husband derailed her life.
For me, it caught me off guard how quickly alcoholism completely violated my life and my children.
She says she is breaking her addiction, lucky to be alive. But with New Year's around the corner, a holiday where binge drinking is common, it's even more critical for women to understand the danger of alcohol on their health.